Let's start with this. First quadrant. If we divide this up into 15 degrees, it would look something like this. All right, so that if we went to this dot, that'd be 15 degrees, and then 15 more degrees, what would that be? 30 degrees. 15 more degrees, what would that be? 45. 15 more degrees, that would be whatever, so on and so forth. Okay, I just want to put all these points up here so I could talk about them. Do you guys know what on this graph right here, on this diagram, what are the coordinates of this point right here? Okay, so that one would be 50, 0. So the coordinates right there are 50, 0. So if you were to measure the height of this point, it'd be 0, right? It's because it's right on the x-axis. If you were to measure the co-height, which is this column right here, that would be this distance right here, starting right here at the y-axis, and you go all the way up. That'd be 50. So if I look at this next point, what would the height approximately be for that point? Yeah, 12 is a good guess. You could probably use a ruler to see more exactly, but 12 is good. What would you say the co-height would be? Yeah, 48 or 49, whatever. So I'm going to put 49. So that means we know the coordinates of this point, right? Right. And so let's throw our coordinates up there. We got, at 15 degrees, we're at 49 and 12. 49 is the co-height, and 12 is your height. All right, here's my question I posed to y'all. What are the other degrees that kind of relate to this height and co-height? On this diagram, what are the other degrees or the other degrees that would give you something very, very similar? Ask your neighbors. I'm hoping that you guys were saying like this dude right here, and then this dude right here. You were thinking that, weren't you? Right? Because the height from the x-axis up to that point would be the same as this one. The co-height is like from the y-axis all the way to this point is pretty closely like the same as that one, isn't it? The only difference is the sign. If we go to the left, then the co-height would be negative. All right, so what are these degrees? What is the angle measure for that foo? Well, you know this. You know that this is 180 degrees. If we went all the way to there, that'd be 180 degrees. So how do we get to this height? How do we not pass that one? We're going to have to back up 15 degrees. So if we back up 15 degrees, we would get 165 degrees. And then you guys know what the coordinates are, don't ya? Yeah. Negative 49 and 12. Then what would be the degrees for this one? That would 195. And what are the coordinates for that one? Negative 49 and negative 12. This time they're both negative. And then what would the coordinate or the degrees be for this dude? All the way around is 360. Back up 15 degrees. What we get?
49 and negative 12.
We get 345 degrees, and the coordinates would be 49 and negative 12. All right. So how do we find all of these coordinates? Well, we reference this angle. Okay, that's why we call this a reference angle. In fact, any of the angles in the first quadrant we call reference angles. You guys got that? 15 is actually not common though. The most common reference angles are 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. Or if you guys are using radians, it would be pi over 6, pi over 4, and then pi over 3. Those would be your reference angles. And you guys can reference these angles to find your other coordinates.